Welcome back, one and all, to the Six Hockey, and welcome to Westwood Arena, home of the Vaughan Kings. In the U16 AAA division today, they take on the Reps Hockey Club. I'm Sammy Brzozowski, joined alongside Simon, still here, Hendricks.
Simon's still here, Hendricks. That's a pretty good one. And I'm still here to watch some fantastic GTHL action with none other than Sammy back on the play-by-play call.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on the mic. Couldn't be more pumped to do a Kings versus Reps game. For the Kings, they have none other than Liam Cochrane in net, and for the Reps, it will be Luke DeFonso. One note about the Vaughan Kings: how many Liams does a team really need? They got Liam Cochrane, Liam Nelson, and Liam Watt.
I mean, they got a plethora of Liams. Maybe Liam Neeson will get in the stands one day to wear the Vaughan Kings jersey. He was just the first Liam I could think of. Maybe my cousin Luke Hendricks will sorry, not Luke Hendricks, Liam Hendricks. I have a cousin named Luke and Liam. This is going down real quick. Maybe my cousin Liam will make an appearance.
Well, if that Luke did make an appearance, that would make three Lukes in the building as well, with Luke Lawson and Luke DeFonso. Like we said, a tandem with the same name. That's always fun. Jonathan Quick, Jonathan Bernier. As it's the Reps dumping this one into the zone of the Vaughan Kings. And the ice is very slippery for Daniel Dennis there as he dumps it back behind the net of Cochrane. Working towards the near side boards. Lovely shot of center ice as the Reps go for a change, and it's Vaughan coming in the other way. They dump that one down, but it will be called for an icing offensive zone faceoff for the Reps.
Yeah, and for Liam Cochrane, we talk a lot about goalie tandems in the GTHL. Vaughan Kings tandem with Stokes and Cochrane, probably a top three goalie tandem. Heading into playoffs, they're going to have a tough choice of who's going to get that starting nod, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rotating tap, you could say, of Liam Cochrane and Dimitri Stokes back there.
Yeah, running with the hot goalie will likely be the strategy for the Vaughan Kings in the playoffs as they fire this shot onto the net of DeFonso. DeFonso makes the save into the corner. That's Skro keeping it in. Skro works it back to his own zone. The Vaughan Kings regrouping, looking to start the breakout from their own end. A nice pass through the middle. Coming in now is Vaughan. That's dropped for Cabral. Cabral's shot through traffic. Goes for the rebound on the spin around attempt. That one's saved. Picks it up one more time, and it gets sent over to the near side boards. Vaughan applying some early pressure in this one. That's Cabral behind the net. Dropping it back for his man by the near side post. That pass intercepted, but Vaughan able to retain possession as Skro dumps that one back in. Both teams going for a change now as the Reps looking to get something started on an odd man rush. The Kings, they block that pass attempt on the far side boards right by the sin bin. Vaughan, no stranger to taking penalties, but what a penalty kill they have. As the Vaughan Kings, they're working it around on the near side boards. It would be awesome if you could see that. Turning around now is Vaughan. That's one of the Liams. Nelson with it now. He fires it up the middle. Intercepted by the Reps as they come back the other way. They lose that one in the neutral zone, and in comes number 28, Landon Keefe. Keefe fires that one behind the net of DeFonso. The ref getting in the way a little bit. The Reps able to retain possession. They dump this one down the length of the ice. Will it have enough? No, it won't.
Wow.
The ref at the very last moment waving that one off as there's a collision in the corner, and the Reps, they get the puck by the slot. Great shot opportunity there from Joshua Jodouin. It'll be a face-off inside once more.
If you've noticed in our previous broadcast of the Reps, we were saying Jodine, but now we've made the full transition to Jodouin, which I think is the preferred nomenclature.
We is certainly a strong word. I never said
You
Jodine.
just said it.
I said Jodouin.
Sorry, you're talking about Jodine. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's always fun to get a little exotic, you could say, with the Quebecois last names.
Exotic, 7-hour drive?
Yeah, exactly.
As working it back into his own zone is number 97, Joshua D'Addario. He fired that one up the far side boards. Coming in now is Dennis. Dennis firing that one through traffic, doesn't get all the way through. Back behind the net of Cochrane. The Kings working it around. Unable to get it out of the zone as the Reps applying some of their own forecheck. About 12 minutes left to go in the first period. Turning around now are the Reps. Jodouin was working it in. Jodouin Over to Daddario. Daddario walking the line. Shot through traffic. Deflection. Cochran didn't see that one. As the Kings player is tripped up in the corner, it'll be a power play opportunity for Vaughan.
That's never a good sign. In the offensive zone, I get you're trying to, be as aggressive as you can be, get shots on net, and you have to do that by getting the puck. But an offensive zone penalty, never something the coach loves to see. And now you give Vaughan, which has a stacked power play, an opportunity to go up early in this one. Never something you like to see. But this Reps penalty kill, we talked about it before. They do have some aggressive penalty killers, so maybe they can fight this one off.
A stacked power play indeed. The Reps, they're no strangers to penalty killing as well, as it'll be Kane Cloutier taking the face-off for the Vaughan Kings. Could be Cabral. These jerseys make it real difficult. Scro over to Cloutier. Cloutier shot on. Save made by DeFonso, and DeFonso will quickly cover that one up. It'll be another face-off inside. Vaughan Kings, they move the puck around so nicely on the power play.
They really, really do. And a lot of it comes from that kind of quarterback at the top of the zone. Usually Adrian Scro, could be Nelson as well. But they really do move the puck around incredibly, incredibly efficiently.
As it's Scro keeping that one in. Back over to Nelson. Back to Scro at the point. Scro shot through traffic. Near side boards, that's Nelson. Back down low. Centering pass over to Scro. Over to Cloutier. Cloutier finds Nelson. Nelson shot, scores! Liam Nelson opens up the scoring for the Vaughan Kings early on the power play. It's 1-0.
And we were just talking about how effectively the Vaughan Kings move that puck along the top of the zone. Able to find Nelson with a beautiful cross-ice feed. Basically had a 4x6, a great shot either way. And the Vaughan Kings up 1-0 on the power play. And for the Reps, not a great start, obviously, coming from that offensive zone that offensive zone penalty. Never a good thing to see. They're kicking themselves for that one.
Kicking themselves indeed, as they'll try to get back on the scoring sheet here. As Daddario, he fires that one into the zone. Cochran comes out to make the save. Hey, Cochran, you're tall enough. When I was 15, I think I was 5'7". Liam Cochran standing at a towering 6'4" already.
Yeah, that is a tad unfair. It could turn into like a Ben Bishop type goaltender.
Yeah, just covers the entire net. I don't know how you put one by him, as Cochran has shown that to be true, has been so solid all year. As bringing it in now is Vaughan Kings. Going for the rebound was Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald just missing that one. Fitzgerald tried to go for a move, retains possession at the top of the circle, sends it over to Cabral. Cabral, shot, rebound, Fitzgerald scores, and Vaughan quickly adds another one to the board. It's 2-0.
And that's what the Vaughan Kings do so incredibly well, just applying pressure, forcing the defense to make mistakes, and using their physicality to kind of drive into those scoring lanes. And Fitzgerald was at the perfect spot for a tap and rebound. And the Vaughan Kings just smothering the Reps early in this one.
Smothering indeed, and that's what the Vaughan Kings have done throughout this season. And they look like they're going to continue to do that in this game. Hey, scoreboard, catch up. There it's the 2, as it's the Vaughan Kings working it in their own zone. Not even at the 10-minute mark, already up 2-0 in this game. That's got to feel great if you're the Vaughan Kings, as this puck sent into traffic. They retain possession at the point. Over to Jansen. Jansen shot through traffic. Doesn't get all the way through. Working behind the net of DeFonso. Pass over to the slot is stopped and sent out of play. What are you doing if you're the Reps trying to get back in this game?
Well, if I'm the Reps, honestly, I'm just kind of, trying to calm myself down a little bit. 2 back-to-back goals very quickly. You can kind of live with the short-handed goal in a sense, but that second goal, definitely a kick in the butt, as you could say, as the kids say, maybe. Are they saying that?
I don't think they are, as we just missed a chance in tight for the Vaughan Kings. That one just missing wide. Vaughan Kings forechecker clipped down right by the bottom of the circle. Turning around now are the Reps, trying to get a breakout started from their own end. That's the Reps trying to work through the neutral zone. Pass intercepted there by Vaughan. As the Reps, they send it down onto the net of Cochran. Cochran, he passed that one to the side. The Kings looking to start another opportunity here. Working in with speed are the Kings. Shot from the top of the circle. Rebound pops out to the corner. The Kings applying a heavy, heavy forecheck in this one, working for them so far. It's kept in by Vaughan. They dump it down back into the zone. That's Keegan McMahon working it around the far side boards. Landon Keefe lines back on for the Kings. Keefe, the sole forechecker right now for Vaughan. McMahon fires it to his D partner. That one goes wide. Shot from the point. Rebound in front, but that's saved by DeFonso. It'll be another offensive zone faceoff for the Vaughan Kings.
Yeah, and the Kings definitely seem to be settled into this game. Obviously, up by 2 already, it's kind of easy to say that. And the Reps, like I said again, just kind of being outworked a little bit, losing a lot of puck battles, some neutral zone turnovers already. It seems like their strategy of just kind of dumping and chasing isn't really working, especially against a team like the Vaughan Kings, who seem to win every puck battle they find themselves in.
A team that just works through the zone so well, so fast as McKegg fires this one across the blue line, and here comes the Reps. Bringing in now, that's McMahon. McMahon firing, trying to get the rebound. Just whiffs on that one. Good back check here from Vaughan, as that's Nixon McKegg working it around the near side boards. Going for the big hit there was Joshua Deason. He did his job. Not really a highlight reel hit, but did get the puck. That's McMahon with it now. Keegan McMahon working it in. Going for the solo effort, but that one intercepted by the Kings. Trying to dump that one back in was Deason. Deason unable to do that. Bit of a yard sale as we see that loose stick there. A battle in the corner now, and the ref blows it down. The Reps look a little bit confused. We'll see if anything comes of this. And yes, something will come of this. There is a Reps player heading to the box. Simon, your guess is as good as mine as to who that is. It does look to be Michael Powell, number 66. The Vaughan Kings going back on the power play. Didn't see the hand signal. Did something happen in the corner?
Yeah, I did definitely see some. Powell was first on the puck. He was battling there in the corner with the Vaughan Kings forechecker. I think what the call was there, maybe he got an elbow up the top of the body. I think I saw the referee point to the elbow in front of the box there. An unfortunate play, especially when you're fighting for the puck in the corner, but Reps back on the penalty kill already.
That's Fitzgerald. He turns it around back to the point. Over to Skro. Skro, he finds Rolston. Rolston, down low. Circling around is Vaughan. Pass across for Cloutier. Cloutier in front. Fitzgerald scores! A quick power play tally. It's 3-0 here in the first.
Yeah, 2 power play goals in the first, 8-9 minutes of this game. The Vaughan Kings seem to be wreck and shot both physically and on the scoreboard. And that one may be the easiest goal Evan Fitzgerald will ever score in his life. No one really around him. A great feed from Kane Cloutier. The second time we can say that, as we see here, Reps taking a much-needed timeout to kind of collect themselves here.
So we know what the Reps are saying. Obviously, they got to win those battles. They need to stay disciplined. What do you think you're saying if you're the Vaughan Kings coach? Just, keep going?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're saying. You forced them to take a timeout not even halfway through this first period. That shows that you're probably doing something pretty well. And, the scoreboard reflects that. Already up by 3 in this one. And I've really just been impressed by the way they've been able to use, their physicality in this one. As you saw, 2 goals just happen right in front of the net, getting into good scoring lanes, popping out for rebounds, popping out there for kind of easy tap-in goals. And, those are the types of goals that the other team really hates giving up, because that just means you're outworking them. And so I think if you're the Vaughan Kings, you just want to keep doing exactly what you have been. As we see, that may have been a double minor head contact penalty, as the Reps are still on the man disadvantage.
Yeah, I believe it must have been, a head contact. So maybe you were right. An elbow did go up in the corner, clip the head of the Vaughan Kings forechecker. So now an even longer opportunity here for Vaughan. They waste no time breaking into the zone. That's Fitzgerald working it around. Brody Brown trying to swing it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald over to Rolston. Rolston across for Cloutier. Cloutier over to Skro. Back to Rolston, as Rolston just misfires on that one. Gets sent over into the corner. It's Vaughan still with possession. Working behind the net now. That's Rolston on the near side boards. Back over to Skro. Skro to Cloutier. Cloutier just misses Rolston. Rolston able to keep it in momentarily, but the Reps do get a breather They get a chance for a change as they dump that one into the neutral zone. Cloutier worked that one around. Sending it over to Rolston. Rolston, nice toe drag attempt, but wasn't able to keep it in once more. Good job by the reps here, just getting it out of the zone, trying to stop the bleeding as Vaughan. They come back in once more. Shot through traffic, deflected into the corner. That's Fitzgerald, working in between two guys there. As that's Watt. Watt getting it across for Skro. Skro, back to Watt. Skro with it once more. Skro, walking the blue line, surveying his options as he sends it over to Liam Watt. Watt, he gets across for Cloutier. Skro to Watt. In the slot, and that shot just misses wide as the reps are able to dump this puck down the length of the ice. Just 27 seconds remaining in this power play. As working it up now are the Vaughan Kings through the neutral zone. Carrying it in. Lots of options here as it's dumped back over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to Cloutier. Cloutier finds Watt. Watt back over to Skro. Skro through traffic as that one is saved. That's Watt once more. Back over to, Fortin. Fortin. As he shoots this one just wide. Rebound in front as we're back to 5-on-5. The reps break it out of the zone. Coming in now is Powell. Powell, he got the 4 earlier. Immediately back in action as he fires that one off the blocker side of Liam Cochran. Working it in the corner are the reps, but Vaughan, they quickly get it out. Walking in the other way now are the Kings. Kings fire this one onto the net of DeFonso. DeFonso making the easy save. It'll be another face-off inside. You know, a 4-minute penalty against probably the best power play in the league, maybe 1 or 2. You only let in 1 goal. I mean, there is some positive things to be drawn from that.
Yeah, certainly so. And I think that timeout was a good call from coach just to calm things down. And that was a bit more of a decent penalty kill after allowing that 3rd goal. And just going back to the penalty call really quickly, you saw Michael Powell jump up in the play immediately. Michael Powell, he is a forward. He's probably one of the more talented forwards on this rep squad. And, you know, that penalty where he's kind of the only back checker around the puck, trying to lay the reverse hit onto the opposing forechecker. And that's a tough play for a forward. You know, you're going back, you're kind of checking over your shoulder. It's a bit of an awkward movement that you're not doing too much, and you kind of just get the elbow up there for the head contact. That's a tough penalty to take, but I think the reps got to be just a little bit happy that they only allowed the 1 power play goal on that double minor.
As they'll try to get 1 on the board here. That was Powell carrying it into the zone. The reps kind of watching the Vaughan Kings carry it out of the zone, still playing very defensively, trying to, like we said earlier, stop the bleeding that is the Vaughan Kings. Just so tenacious on offense as the Kings applying pressure, but it is the reps getting it out of the zone, unable to hold on to possession as there's a battle in the neutral zone right by the Vaughan Kings bench. That was Daba working it around. Daba really fighting to keep that puck, just unable to do so, loses his stick in the process, but his reps teammate just helps him there. He is able to go for a change. Working around now is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, long stretch pass. Pass back to Fitzgerald, just misses wide as it'll go back towards center ice. Both teams going for a partial change. A pass into the zone was intercepted, but that's Fitzgerald picking it up once more. Fitzgerald at the blue line. Dumping it in. Working behind the net. Unable to find his man on the far side boards as now the reps come back the other way. Game has calmed down a little bit since the 3 early goals in the first from the Vaughan Kings. As now that's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald almost getting an opportunity on the backhand. He's knocked aside. Daddario there with a nice reverse hit on the Vaughan Kings forechecker, but it is Vaughan able to keep it in. A pass in front, nearly deflected onto the net of DeFonso as Watt sends that across. A shot just missing wide. That's Daddario going for the rebound. Some physicality here now as we see Morgan jump into the fight. Worked around the far side boards, but unable to keep it in was Vaughan as they'll be forced to regroup by their own blue line. A nice drop pass play there as Vaughan dumps it back into the zone once more. Coming out of his net was DeFonso. Worked across the other side now. Starting from their own end are the reps. A long stretch pass intercepted, and Vaughan will dump it right back into the zone as they complete that line change. How many sticks are we going to see on the ice today? I think that's number 4 as now it is the reps working it across. Powell trying to get fancy. He gets cut off at the blue line. Working around now is Skro. Skro, pass through the middle. Shot there is stopped by DeFonso as we see his goaltender tandem, Luke Lawson, looking on. Lawson's probably happy he got the seat for this one. I mean, the way that DeFonso has been absolutely peppered in shots, it's a pretty tall task.
It certainly is, Sammy, and it seems like the reps, they just cannot figure out this Vaughan Kings defense. Over the course of this game, we saw them try the dump and chase. That hasn't worked, and now we're trying to see them carry it through the neutral zone. That hasn't worked. You just saw there, stretch pass was intercepted perfectly by the Vaughan Kings defender right at the red line before it could find, I believe it was Michael Powell, who was streaking up the middle of the ice. And they just have no answers for a swarming Vaughan Kings neutral zone defense. And as soon as I say that, perhaps an opportunity here.
And here comes Daniel Dennis as he's knocked down. Great defense there from Vaughan, as there's just over 1 3/4 minutes left in the first period. Do you like 1 3/4?
I don't love 1 3/4 when talking about time, but I'll live with it, I guess.
Well, if it was 1/4 to 2, as the reps work in, but that is called for a very late offside. Those are the ones, the forward, where you want to snap your stick over your leg.
Oh, yeah, and that was a pretty decent opportunity there. He had a lot of open ice to work with, as you saw 2 defenders trying to kind of cover the pass, and the forward there almost had like the entirety of the slot to work with. That is a frustrating offside call.
Frustrating indeed. I'm going to take the time that the Vaughan Kings have in the zone just to pre-apologize if I get any of the numbers wrong. We were complaining earlier about how hard it is to see the Vaughan Kings numbers with the gray and white backgrounds. They're nice jerseys, don't get me wrong, as that's Jansen firing that one onto the net through traffic. Rebound is just missed. Just impossible to see the numbers. So Fitzgerald, I probably called McClure and vice versa at one point. Either way, everyone on the Vaughan Kings is so good, it can be hard to differentiate the players. Is working it around now is the reps. It's shot across the zone. Hits off a stick. No icing on this play. Pass across the near side boards, and here comes Vaughan. That is Fitzgerald working across the top of the circle. Fitzgerald trying to circle around, but great defending there to get that puck away from him. Unable to break it out, though, as Vaughan shot through traffic. Save made by DeFonso. That was Daba firing it across the other side. And the reps are able to get it out of the zone and working through the neutral zone now. That's Powell. Powell sends it across. A rim around the boards now. The reps trying to get it over to number 14, Joshua Deason. Deason, good work there just to keep it in tight. And that will do it for the first period. The Vaughan Kings up to a soaring 3-0 lead in this one. The reps trying to find a way to claw back.
Certainly so, and it's not going to be easy for them. And we were just kind of talking about how stifling this Vaughan Kings defense has been. I don't think they've had a decent shot on net this entire game. Maybe a couple that have kind of just grazed the pad of Liam Cochran, but I feel like we've barely said Liam Cochran's name throughout this entire broadcast so far. And for the reps, I think one thing I have noticed is when they are trying to carry it through the zone, it really only is 1, maybe 2 forwards who are carrying it through the zone, because the defense, they're playing so, I don't want to say timidly, but for lack of a better term, they're so far back not wanting to join up in the rush, because they know that if the Vaughan Kings force a turnover, they're kind of in no man's land on the other side of the red line. So it's pretty difficult to break into the zone, carrying it through when only 1 or 2 forwards are coming with you, and your defense and centermen are kind of hanging back, expecting a Vaughan Kings push. That is something they're really going to have to figure out, but that is a tall, tall task against this Vaughan Kings team.
Yeah, I mean, this Vaughan Kings team has put themselves in this position for a reason. I mean, they have been so strong to start the season, and you can see why. I mean, you just go through their roster construction. There's not really a name that stands out as, he has had a tough time this season. Everyone on the team contributes. Of course, there are the stars of the team as well, but we talk about how some teams are, built well. They have just a good, solid team, great depth, and some teams have superstars. Vaughan kind of has both.
They certainly do. Like, they have the superstars in Cloutier, Rolston, Scro, but they also have a lot of great depth guys like I was just gonna say Ethan. Evan Fitzgerald, probably one of the best quote unquote role players. That would probably be a top 2 or 3 player on basically any other team in the GTHL.
Absolutely. I mean, he seems to be a part of every play. Of course, that could be because of the jerseys. McClure could be losing some of the spotlight on that one, but Fitzgerald seems to play almost every role for the Vaughan Kings, and it's been working for them so far as the reps. They knock that into the zone. Cochran, I think this is the only time I say his name. Cochran works around his net to play that one. Good forecheck there from Dennis to keep it in, as now it is Vaughan breaking through. That's Brown with it. Brody Brown trying to get the pass across for Fitzgerald. But Brown, he retains possession at the point now. That's Watt. Shot through traffic from Scro, and Scro's shot deflected. I do believe that DeFonso made the save, got sent into the corner, and all the way back into the Vaughan King zone. Once more, it was Cochran coming out of his net to play a long stretch pass, which would have been Eric Carlson-esque. Doesn't quite hit the mark. It'll be a face-off inside for the reps.
Yeah, Eric Carlson-esque indeed. I love that play to death. Like
the Dustin Hoffman one?
The Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, Dustin Hoffman.
Mike Hoffman.
Mike Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman's an actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, you could say they share similar qualities.
I mean, yeah. I mean, one was in Vietnam for a movie, and the other
was in Ottawa.
Was in Ottawa, yeah.
So, similar ideas. It does get quite warm in Ottawa in the summer.
They do call Ottawa the jungle.
Do they?
Well, they call Gatineau the jungle. I don't know if that's a compliment, though.
It's worked around, and the save is made. It'll be a face-off inside the zone of the reps. I've never heard anyone call Gatineau the jungle. There's probably, 3 trees in that entire city?
Yeah. Well, no, they're on the Canadian Shield, kind of on the Canadian Shield, I think. Is Ottawa on the Canadian? I think so. They got the Trans-Can Highway.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I wouldn't really call that – if there's a highway, usually it's not a jungle. As the Kings, they have it behind the net of DeFonso. That's worked around by the reps. The reps unable to get it out of the zone. Reps man down in the corner. Blow the whistle, ref! As the Vaughan Kings tap that one in. Simon, I don't think this one is going to count. We see a reps player down on the ice. Trainer there to help right away. A scary scene, as I believe that is number 14, Joshua Deason. Hard to tell on the ice. Simon, I didn't quite see the collision there.
Yeah, honestly, neither did I. It was kind of behind the play. The play was going back into the neutral zone, and you saw Mr. Deason take a bit of a tumble there. And to your point, Sammy, I highly doubt this goal is going to count. I mean, you had I think the trainer was on the ice as that kind of puck was being tapped in, as we do see some discussion with the officials behind the net of DeFonso. Vaughan King going back to the bench. I think he's about to break the news that that one's not counting, but referee's still discussing what's going on here, but never a pretty sight to see here.
I think the Vaughan Kings in this respect are okay with the goal not counting. Of course, we just want every player to be safe, as we'll just take a pause for a moment. As we are back, and that is Deason getting up. Looks to be okay. Will likely need some help skating from his boys. The reps coming out to help. It's just a scary sight, but good to see the guy on his feet, as it will likely be a face-off inside for the Vaughan Kings, as we'll assume that Deason will not play the rest of the game.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, like you said, Sammy, great to see him on his feet. Maybe getting a little bit of help skating, but it seems to be going kind of on his own, mostly on his own power here, which is always good to see. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Mr. Deason is back on the ice in this game.
As that can always be hard for a team to kind of jump back into action after seeing one of their teammates go down. The referees just discussing with Alex Morgan and number 27, Keegan McMahon, about where the face-off is. McMahon, a Tavistock, Ontario native.
You don't hear that too often. Tavistock, Ontario. I actually don't think I could tell you where that is on a map.
No, I couldn't. I could tell you it's probably in Ontario, but outside of that, you lose me just a little bit. I mean, it is funny looking through the rosters of these teams. You just see a crazy array of places in Canada. Sometimes you see Round Rock, Texas. And
sometimes you see Brody Brown from Wheatley.
From Wheatley, Ontario. You see names that you just didn't know were places, and the talent that comes out of this province is staggering, as the talent of the Vaughan Kings is staggering as well. It'll be a face-off inside, as mentioned, as we are getting set to go here 5-on-5. The scorekeeper probably just adjusting the clock a little bit as we see Cloutier having discussion with his players about where he's going to move the puck. Not entirely sure what the delay is at this point, but it's good to see that we will be back in action momentarily. As we're just working around now, the referee's finally pointing to the spot. We will get back in action here. A face-off inside, Cloutier to take for the Kings in the overload position, but that is the reps winning that face-off. Turning around now are the reps behind their own net. A battle on the near side boards. That's Butler trying to get it out of the zone. He is unsuccessful. McClure, he worked that one across. Over to Rolston. Rolston on his lonesome. Rolston centering pass just misses the mark here as the reps will dump this one down the length of the ice onto the net of Cochrane. So Cochrane forced to get up, make that save, and play the puck forward as a long stretch pass is sent down the ice. But that one, and there's a whistle on the play. Originally I was thinking it's offside, but now it looks like a reps player is going to be headed to the box.
Yeah, and I think that might be number 77, Alex Morgan, heading to the box. We'll have to wait and see. A slashing call, says the referee. Maybe as the Vaughan Kings were kind of stifling their way through stifling their way through the zone. Alex Morgan got the stick up a little bit too high up on the hands of the winger who is streaking in. And yet again, Vaughan Kings going up on the power play.
As Menery winning that one. Back over to Cloutier. Cloutier across. Back over to McKegg. McKegg looking for options. Back over to Cloutier for the one-timer. And that one dribbles in. The Vaughan Kings score. A bit of an anticlimactic shot. And they go up 4-0 just 11 seconds into the power play.
And, I mean, Kane Cloutier, what an absolute howitzer that was. I think that did get a piece of DeFonso. As you saw, it kind of dribbled its way through the net, almost looked like it was deflected in front, but Kane Cloutier will be credited with that one, and that just goes to show how powerful those one-timers on his strong side are.
And folks, that will do it for the commentary portion of this broadcast. The Vaughan Kings ultimately taking this one with a score of 5-1. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to stick around and feel what it's like to be at the arena, we welcome you to do so. Have a great day, everybody.